Hello. I'm gonna use my phone because even though I've hosted a open mic night, I was not prepared either. Melanie, you were talking about the potholes. I swear to God on my life, that shit fucked my alignment up so bad that if I went over 60, I was... But then I hit another one, and it's all better now. I don't know. You're complaining about the city of Bismarck in a way that kind of like, you know, I'm square with it. I'm gonna tell you guys the same thing I say before sex. I've done this a couple times, but it's not gonna be good. I'm actually here with my twin in the back there. Not the black guy. Your twin, you know, like she got A's, I did not. The biggest thing people always ask me is, are you identical or fraternal? Which tells me two things. If they know I have a twin sister, this guy's an idiot. But I always tell them, I go, you know, we're fraternal because my beard grows a little thicker than hers does. I've used that joke way too many times in my life. If the Princess Diana joke is too soon, then I hate to say my joke about schools and shootings. So we'll just skip over that one. I recently quit vaping. My mom is a nurse, and thank you. Back on Newports. That's my shit right there, you know. There really wasn't any benefits to switching. I don't know why I did it, but so I'm a barber. I was living in Fargo. That's where barber school's at. So I went there, did my thing. I moved there with a girl. Girls are crazy because the spectrum of how nice or shitty they can be is huge. My most recent ex taught me a skincare routine, and the girl in Fargo taught me how to take a punch. So you take the good with the bad, you know. But yeah, so I went to Fargo. I moved back. And now I live with my parents, and that has completely fucked up my sex life. Before, you know, the girl in Fargo, we fought a lot and stuff. And one time we decided we were going to try and, like, fix our relationship. So we thought maybe it was the sex life, you know? So I thought maybe we should have a threesome. I don't know why I thought that would fix my relationship. But so we argued about that, convinced her, and then I said, okay, you make your list, I'll make my list. And we got into another argument when the list came out because both of our lists were all of my friends. And we argued about who got to suck my friend Matt's dick. So, I don't know, I'm still working on that one. Every time I tell her, I'm like, this shit's gonna kill. Hasn't yet. So yeah, now that I'm in Bismarck, rent is terrible. So I decided to move in with my parents, save up some money. Either I'll get an apartment or I'll try and buy a house. That'd be kind of cool. I knew she was gonna say something. But now I'm living with my parents, and that's going about as good as it can go. It's kind of hard to hook up with girls when you live with your parents, so sometimes I kind of feel homeless. I'm like, it's gotta be at your house tonight. And then I send my dad the text, I'm not coming home. And he knows what that means, usually. I'm drunk on my friend's couch, but sometimes it means I'm getting laid. But when I'm not out, you know, trying to have sex, I'm at home jerking off, just like he said. But, you know, that gets old, and what I ended up doing to spice up that sex life is right before I climax, I say, hey mom, come look at this. And then I have to finish and clean everything up before she makes it to my room. She looks horrified. Are you a mom? Imagine it, vividly. You have a kid my age? Hopefully they do it in shifts. So. I don't want to go too long, so I'm going to finish with the story. My mom's a nurse, and having a mom as a nurse, you kind of think like, you know shit. Like, your friend's like, I got a stomach ache. You're like, dude, fucking take an aspirin and drink water. You know? Because that's what I was raised on, was aspirin and water. But I got strep throat probably 2 months ago. So I went to the hospital to get it fixed. And what happened was I showed up, they're like, yeah, you're just sick, blah, blah, blah. I left. Didn't get better. Went back, the doctor this time tested me, I had strep throat. They're like, you got 2 options. We have pills you can take, you take them daily, or we can give you a shot of the one, penicillin, I think. And then you just take the shot and you're good. And I was like, I got tattoos, I'm not afraid of needles, so I'm like, I'll take the shot. So the doctor's like, cool, does the doctor thing, leaves. And then a nurse comes in, and I don't know if I cheated on her in a past life, but she was a bitch. And so she comes in and she's like, all right, are you afraid of needles? And I was like, no, a little bit. And I said it like that, a little bit. And then I did one of these, like, I'm not. And she's like, I don't give a fuck. And she's like feeling shit out. And she pulls out the, I don't remember the last time I took a shot, so I'm watching her fill the needle. And she's like doing the thing and like flicking and all that shit you see in the movies. I'm like, oh, this is pretty cool. And she's like doing stuff and just keep. And she's like looking at me, and I'm like, I'm just interested, like whatever. So she goes, all right, you go up to the table and do this. And I was like, usually it's in my arm, I thought, but okay. So I went up to the table and assumed the position. And she goes, are you afraid of needles? Because I'm watching her fill the needle, and I'm like, no, I'm good. And she's like, you know what, just lay on the bed sideways. And I was like, I feel like I'm about to lose my virginity. No, I'm not scared. It's not my first time, But, so then I'm like, no, I'm good. I'm not afraid of needles. And she goes, are you sure? Well, if I was afraid of needles, I probably would tell you. So, anyways, I'm bending over on the table, and my pants are still up. And she's just looking at me. She's like, do you want to lay on the bed? I'm like, no. I'm good. And then she's like, well, what are you doing? I was like, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if you want me to pull my ass out, so I'm waiting for you to tell me to pull my ass out. Because if that's not what we were doing, I would look silly. And she's like, that's what we're doing. And I was like, I'm gonna pull my ass out. And she's like, yeah, you have to. I was like, okay. And like, did the thing, she gave me the shot, and it almost was like I lost my virginity, because after I left, I was walking real funny. But that's all I'm gonna do. Thank you guys, that was cool.